Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am the Crypto Crow. Today, we're going to be talking about AI agents, artificial intelligence, and the big craze that's been catching speed, building momentum in the cryptocurrency space. And there's a lot to be said. Now, I'm going to start by saying a few things that I want to make abundantly clear. AI is definitely the future. Okay. I don't want anybody to misunderstand any part of this video. Artificial intelligence is growing insanely quickly. I mean, it's overtaking multiple industries. It's taking over the SaaS market, the software as a service market. It's taking over social media in a lot of ways, which I'm going to cover a bit in this video. There's so many things that AI is taking over, but like anything else in the crypto space, this new technology, this new service offering, if you will, is becoming a bit of a meme in and of itself. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that in just a moment. But I am a habitual hobbyist in the sense that I learn things based off of what I know is happening in the market and how I would like to use that technology or whatever that new thing is to help me, my life, and my efforts. And then I start diving in. There's been an AI narrative that has been building for a little while now in the crypto space, and I've kind of ignored it, if I'm honest, because I know that crypto overall is still very much in its infancy, let alone a lot of the offsprings of this big fundamental technology that's ultimately taking over the world. And I've been waiting for myself to have a need or an actual interest in it so that my journey through that space is genuine and not focused on profitability. Now, one of my goals has been to take this is my Crow Tokens, meme coin, shit coin project Twitter account. There's only 210 followers. There's not that many. And my goal lately has been to, I want to create an autonomous AI agent that pulls data from about 230 full-length trading PDFs, books on trading patterns, trading schedules, trading strategies, risk management, you name it. Like if it's involved in trading in some way, different strategies, indicators, you name it, man. I mean, it's all in this. And I want to create a RAG, which is basically a database of all of these PDFs that an AI agent is pulling data from and then utilizing that information to engage other people and teach them. Okay. And that's basically what I want to do with this Crow Tokens Twitter account. And because I don't do a lot with it, Crow Tokens overall is just a meme coin project. And it's something that I originally started for what I ultimately planned to do in Cornucopias, the big metaverse project being built on Cardano, cross chain. And so, but that development on that is taking some time, and we're still not really in a position there that I can effectively utilize Crow Tokens the way I originally intended, but I want to do something with it. I don't just like sitting on it. So I started researching AI agents, which I've been doing automation now for a while. As an example, my twistedtimes.io is a news site that I created that is basically, I'll pull it up and I'll show you. It's basically a news site that I created that is I haven't even been to it in a while. It's fully automated using AI. Okay. Like every element of this website is created by AI. They're automations that I set up quite a while back to basically take articles that are being distributed on multiple platforms, rewrite them in basically a way that I had plugged into my AI system. It rewrites these articles for me, publishes them along with creating an image for the article. And so I still work on this website here and there when I have time, but it's becoming quite large, and it's it automatically pipes everything directly to my Twitter account. Not everything. It takes like 5 posts a day and posts them to my Twitter account. And so this is one thing that I've been doing with AI for a while now. And it's cool. I mean, it works and it's, it's pretty effective. Now, in order for me to get Crow tokens in that account running the way I want to, I need a specific functionality in my AI agent. And so I've been researching these AI agents. And as I've been researching them, I'm realizing, holy cow, the market really is booming in the world of crypto autonomous AI agents. And so I started looking deeper. And I'm like, how much of this is actually relevant and useful? And when I'm looking through, I see this A116Z. Well, A116Z is currently trading at $2.22. It's had a local high of around 245. What's its all-time high? All-time high 247. So that's its all-time high. Up 21,000% in just 2 months. So there's an AI token boom going on. Now, to be fair, the AI or the A116Z, this is actually a pretty comprehensive system, probably one of the best I've seen. So it makes sense that it's growing because you're able to create AI agents to do quite a bit. Now, I've had my friend Dave, who's been helping me with a lot of different things. He's my Crow node developer. He manages all of that. He takes great pride in what he does for the Crow node and all of the data monitoring and everything associated with it. He's really sharp and he's such a huge help. And he's been helping me with this, and we have not been able to get anything operational yet. I mean, we've been working on it on and off now for several days. And so I'm thinking, okay, who do you have to be to get something like this to work? There are people out there that are effectively making AI agents and getting them to work, but this is just, it's very complicated. A lot of the YouTube tutorials that we've found are trash. Like, they don't really explain anything. They're really just headline traffic grabs. They don't really break things down. They basically explain things in a real quick way so that they could call it a tutorial, but it's really not. It's really just, it's almost like a promotional ad is what I see a lot of them, because they don't really describe things step by step by step. They assume you're a programmer. They assume you've already done 30 different fundamental things to establish your system to be capable of doing everything where they start. I mean, it's trash. So, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is obviously of interest. It's of interest to me because there are a couple Twitter accounts that I want to automate using autonomous bots. There's another one for Vibrantism that I want to automate, and I want to automate that directly out of the Vibrantism book. Okay, so that if people are asking questions, it engages these people with their questions, answering them from content within the Vibrantism book itself. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's possible here, and this is just the start. The reality is, AI agents are effectively going to replace the jobs of millions of people in the US and abroad. I mean, everywhere in the world. There's no question about it. These agents are getting smarter, more capable, the programming behind them. We're establishing an ecosystem in and of itself that these AI agents are going to be able to thrive in multiple markets. Some of them are going to be trading automatically, like trading bots that you're going to be able to the opportunities are absolutely endless, but it's still very much in its infancy. And the one thing that cryptocurrency loves is the infancy of a new technology. I am attributing what I'm seeing with AI agents and AI bot tokens now as like meme coins with more of a purpose, but still basically a baby walking in diapers. And this is all about narrative. Meme coins in themselves are basically what I consider to be pet rocks that are fueled by marketing and the ability to adopt or to attract wide and mass adoption of people that believe the particular number associated with that meme coin is going to rise because they're seeing it over and over and over. There are a lot of newcomers in the meme coin space that are basically, a lot of newcomers in the crypto space, and they're seeing a lot of this marketing. And when you have some of these projects that are basically going up, like these giant parabolic runs, and then you see a lot of influencers all over the place pumping these AI tokens. Well, I don't personally hold any of these, so I have no dog in the fight, right? I'm going to be getting some, but I'm going to be getting what I need to utilize the technology that's going to benefit me and my needs. And that is basically where this loops. That is the question. Which of these AI tokens actually provide a service or a function that will benefit the greater whole as it relates to AI, autonomous agents, autonomous social AI agents, autonomous trading bots, et cetera, et cetera? Because the barrier for entry is pretty big. Like you really have to have a really strong technical background to be able to effectively utilize any of this technology for anything useful. So that's what I mean by infancy. Now, there are some platforms that are basically working on getting things set up so that you can launch your own AI bot in a much easier way. This is Virtual's protocol, and this is all about you connect your wallet, you create a new agent, and you can assign a token or create a token with your agent on that chain. I think this is on Base, if I'm not mistaken. And people are launching these agents, but really they don't do very much. And these agents come with their own token. And it's almost like a lot of them are basically like glorified kind of like autonomous social influencers, where they're utilizing things like Chat GPT and maybe like I run a local llama system. And you could effectively pipe llama or whatever large language model you want into these and then use them to be conversational bots on social media. Well, that's all wonderful, but there's so many of them already. I've seen recently that Facebook is looking to launch a whole army of autonomous social bots on Facebook to engage users and drive up use on Facebook. And they're doing it in a way they're saying, well, these agents are going to be able to help people with their homework. These agents are going to be able to help people learn science or whatever, right? They all have particular purposes. Well, that's fine and good, but are there not enough people out there in the world that are already using Facebook that have these backgrounds? Why is it that we're trying to infuse autonomous bots into the equation? That sounds scary to me. So that's just a side note. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is, first we had the ICOs back in 2017. The SEC basically scared the hell out of everybody away from ICOs. Then the big craze was DeFi, right? So DeFi was the real big catalyst for 2021. Now that we're in 2025, Happy New Year again. We're now already on the 3rd of January, which is crazy. Now the big narrative is, well, and then, over the bear market, it was all about the meme coins, because in a bear market, meme coins are much easier to move through influence, right? Because they don't actually do anything. There's no real purpose to a meme coin. There's no real purpose to any of these. We could try to create purposes to make them more meaningful to people and give them more use so that it's not all for nothing. But the idea is these meme coins are effectively pet rocks that just, a lot of them are VC driven, VC funded. The marketing campaigns are paid by they're well-funded campaigns that basically create this narrative of number go up if you buy it, right? And so when you buy it and the number goes up, well, now you're a self-fulfilling prophecy and you want to buy more. And then it creates this, snowball effect until the people that originally launched it decide they've made enough money and the numbers start to trickle a bit, the interest starts to wane, and they dump, they rug pull in, and everybody loses. Yay, fun. Rinse and repeat, especially if you're on a chain that runs really fast and costs very, very little to start these things, pump them up, and then dump them on the faces of everybody that you are able to pull into it. That's just the nature of meme coins. And everybody seems to love it, especially if they have a degenerate gambling background. So kudos. But the thing of it is I'm starting to see these AI agent narratives be very similar. It's similar to like the ICO boom, the DeFi boom. It's just another narrative that's perpetuated by those with the capital to push these marketing campaigns, draw in the eyes of the masses and basically say, this is the next big catalyst to the big bull run, right? Because we've got to have something. We have to have something that we can all wrap our heads around and fully like, oh yeah, AI. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course it's going to be the biggest thing. But the reality is that very few of these AI projects are worth a shit. I'm just telling you straight up. A lot of them are, when I look at the market caps and I look at what they do, it's all hype and narrative. It's like a meme coin on steroids is basically the way I look at a lot of these projects right now. Now, that's not to say that some of these aren't valuable. Like the Virtuals offers a service and it basically lets you create these meme coins. I'm sorry. It lets you create these AI agents with tokens associated with them that are basically rising in market cap. It's because the narrative is strong. But when I'm looking at a lot of this technology from the position of, I actually want to put something like this to use, what is the most effective way for me to do that as somebody who's semi-technical? I call myself semi-technical. I'm more capable, I think, than I give myself credit for, but I'm not a coder. I'm not somebody who loves to use the terminal for everything. There's a reason why many of us in the world got away from DOS, like back in the 80s or whatever that was. We don't, but hardcore, like Dave, he loves like the terminal. He loves the prompts and all. I can't stand it. I want something easy and effective. I want a GUI interface. I want a graphical user interface that enables me to click, 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 see what I'm doing, understand the full picture before I hit run, and it does what I'm expecting it to do. We don't really have that kind of infrastructure yet in these autonomous systems. Everything is still command line command. I mean, it's still very daunting for end users, which means effectively to me that the narrative about how AI is going to take over the world from the end user perspective is still very lacking. We're not there yet. So it's all basically perpetuated based off of these narratives created by those who stand to make the most money from making you believe that these AI agents are going to take over the world. In reality, the technology is just still not there to be able to do things effectively. When Ma and Pa Kettle with their cookie shop down the street can effectively launch autonomous AI agents on their own through a GUI interface where they can click, 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 create this, AI granny photos holding a plate of cookies, and they're able to do this autonomously on their social media platforms so that they can focus on baking, then we're going to get somewhere. But the technology's not there yet. Right now, it's basically focused around hardcore tech heads who have the means of using command prompts and terminals to execute systems in ultimately development environments. Whether that's a Python environment or like whatever it is, right? That's where this technology is right now. This is not ready for mass adoption yet. There are use cases that we see in a lot of this technology where like, look at our AI agent, look what it's capable of doing. But you're not going to do that because you don't have a team of developers that's basically putting all this stuff together and launching it for you. So I think ultimately the point of this that I'm trying to make is that while the technology is solid, you see Virtuals protocols trading at $4.35. And this is the base platform from which you're launching other autonomous agents, also with their own individual market caps. So when I look at all of this stuff, I see the growth in a lot of these individual AI systems, like the A116Z and all of that. And I'm thinking, yes, that tech is really, really cool. And I'm sure if I'm able to get it running fully and do what I want to do, or I've been looking at Farm Roll. I know they're getting into this. They're working on their back end for being able to do something similar to what Virtuals is doing. And right now it's almost like, it's like a digital street team platform right now where you can basically pick a lot of these things. You connect to your Twitter account and you can like retweet things and earn points and earn crypto or whatever. And it's cool. I've been talking to them and I'm trying to work with them and figuring out how to utilize the system that they haven't even really made public yet. So I'm using my YouTube voodoo to try and get, because I would love to build my bot using a Cardano platform, and FarmRoll is the only one that I know based off of my Twitter tweets. People have been directing me to them to talk to them. So that's what I'm doing. So we'll see. And I'll definitely be keeping you updated. I think overall, bringing infinite content to entertainment applications, you can create all of these AI bots. And while they're really cool technology, I just don't see how these narratives are bringing in the kind of capital that we're seeing. $51.5 billion market capitalization in the AI sector alone right now, with about $5 billion in daily trade volume. What? Where is it? What is actually happening? Here's the thing. This technology, any new technology or new vertical or a new industry, obviously needs capital to grow. So it makes sense to an extent because the excitement surrounding artificial intelligence is obviously pumping up these tokens because people believe in the narrative. AI is going to change the world. Everything's going to be driven by AI in the future. All of it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we don't even know about that AI is currently running today. Okay, monitoring us, watching what we do. I'm very well aware of what's out there. So it's just a matter of time until AI is truly a part of every single thing we do. That's fine. Connect that with blockchain, connect that with Internet of Things. I mean, you get where we're going, okay? We're heading into Cyberpunk 2077, folks, whether you like it or not. It's coming. I say bring it. If I can live to be 500 with a data jack and I can, I'm constantly processing global information at the speed of light, making me more capable as an individual. Hey, let's go for it. I don't mind it. I'd love to remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday. How about we start there? But in the meantime, I've got to focus on all these narratives and all this technology that looks great. And the money is flowing into it. But until we get to a point where we can effectively create these autonomous agents that actually serve a real world purpose outside of just fluffing up our social media pages with gobbledygook from ChatGPT, to me, it's like, I don't get it, right? Like I get it, but I don't get it. It's not really real world value yet. Beyond just autonomous agents, it's about setting up AI swarms, right? This is about an AI swarm is basically where, okay, I have this AI agent that's checking the email and it's it's screening those emails for spam and junk. It's taking the good emails, sending them over to this AI agent that may be, writing email responses and responding to those emails. Then if there's a response to that, maybe it goes to this other agent who then ends up having to put what's in those emails to work somehow. Maybe it's a question about something. So then this agent has to go out and research the internet for it. I mean, it's basically having a team or a swarm of individual autonomous agents that are all performing tasks that are assigned to that particular agent's I don't know what you call it, methodology, training, whatever it's supposed to do, so that it can do it effectively over and over and over and over again. It's almost like a conveyor belt, right? You look at a factory line, you've got somebody, they take this, they put it in the box, they stick a label on it. It goes to the next person. That person puts the label on the outside of the box. It's a step by step thing. And eventually we're going to get to a point where not only are we going to start operating our own autonomous agents to help us in our daily lives, whether that's going to be through our Tesla, our Tesla bots or whatever, that's all coming. I mean, by 2030, I think we're going to see the world transform. I truly do. But while I love this AI technology and I love everything that it's about, I have to be honest and say it's just not there yet. I think there are going to be a lot of people that make money in AI and investing in a lot of these AI tokens over the next 5-6 months. But I'm telling you right now, be ready to get out, because I can tell you there are going to be a few of these AI-based tokens that are not going, I mean, they're all going to come down. But I will tell you, I believe there may be 5 at best, is my guess. This $51 billion market cap, when this market peaks, I bet you this gets back all the way down to 5 billion. I mean, maybe. And just be ready for that, is basically what this video is all about. Get into the technology, learn it, use it if you can. And if you can, put it to work, show examples of it. I really want to see more of this on Cardano, quite frankly, not because of the narrative of the FOMO, but because, I want to be on chain. I want to be doing things on the Cardano chain. I'm hoping FarmRoll and I are able to work something out and they really launch this. And I hope Farm Roll is able to launch this and get things really going. But, we'll see. I just look at this like a new narrative. We had the ICOs, we had the DeFi, we have the meme coins, and now we've got AI. And everybody wants a place to pump and make, return on their bags. And that's basically what this boils down to. But I'm very well aware of what's going on. I think the narrative is cool. I think it's exciting. It's fun. If it draws more people into the space, great. But I'm expecting the vast majority of these tokens to drop significantly at some point in the market cycle, whether it's prior to the peak or at the peak where everything cascades down. And the majority of these are not coming back. I'm telling you now, they're not coming back. But have your fun while you can. Just be ready with your finger on that button as soon as things turn around, because, I believe that a lot of the weakest of these technologies that are just built on FOMO and hype and marketing money, those are going to be the first to go. And, we're seeing a lot of the narratives play out from a lot of the meme coin cycle now. We're starting to see a lot of that stuff really start to dwindle. We're seeing a lot of these main chains that have been supporting the meme coins and all of that stuff. We're seeing them wane. The power of these chains are starting to drop. We're seeing the numbers on chain. We're seeing it everywhere. And it doesn't even matter anymore how they fake it. They're coming down. And so, just be on the lookout for that. Have your fun, but be very, very careful. And I would encourage people to really focus on, like, if you're in the AI space and you're really looking to make money in AI, look for the projects that you can effectively use yourself. If you can't, then chances are there aren't many other people out there either, and they're just buying into hype and FOMO for no other reason than they think number go up. And maybe it will for a minute, but it's going to be the technology that actually serves a purpose to the end user on a broader scale that effectively continues to rise and outlast the next bear market. If you aren't able to get out, if you don't exit your position at the right time or what have you, and it does come down, you want to be involved in projects that are much more likely to continue working through the bear market and come back up in the next bull market so that you don't lose. And I do believe that you need to be very careful of that moving forward with the AI tokens and the AI narratives. So I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying be very, very careful, because there are going to be a lot of influencers out there trying to pump their own bags. And a lot of it, to me, from everything that I've seen and what I'm trying to do in the space, a lot of it to me is just an exaggerated meme token until they can prove otherwise. Until next time, Crow Your Coins. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am the Crypto Crow, and I Trust Capital is a sponsor of my channel, and I'm actually very, very grateful. They're a company that I've been watching for quite some time now, for several years, grow in the space. And if you're holding cryptocurrency assets for the long term, for retirement, this is definitely something you're going to want to look into. There are a lot of tax benefits associated with I Trust Capital's Roth IRA and other accounts, and you're going to want to need to check those out. You can look at the tax advantages right here in this little link. There's a description below. The question you're probably asking yourself is, well, why would I need that? This new administration coming in is pro-crypto, and they're talking about getting rid of capital gains tax, or at the very least, getting rid of capital gains tax on US-based cryptocurrency projects. But what if you invest in projects that aren't in that list? What if none of those changes happen at all? So we can't really count on that. And I've been looking for alternatives to things like moving to Puerto Rico, which we know that didn't work out well for me, and just doing things that can help me alleviate some of the tax pressure on the assets that I accumulate and the way that I trade and the way that I live my life. I encourage you to check out I Trust Capital. I've had many talks with them. I trust them. I do believe that what they're doing is going to help a lot of people benefit in retirement. There are a lot of tax benefits associated with it, and you really should check it out. At the very least, make sure you're aware of what asset tools are available to benefit you when the time is right. I've got my short-term bags, I've got my long-term bags, and I'm putting my long-term bags with I Trust Capital. Thanks a lot for joining me, and I will see you soon. Crow your coins.